After We Collide just hit theaters, and I went and saw it, being the only guy in the theater to see it, was a bit of a new experience for me. Yeah, it was weird. Can't say it was weird or was... It was weird. It was weird. I was literally the only dude there. There was one other dude there, but he was with his girlfriend, so obviously his girlfriend joined it. I went willingly. I didn't know anything about this film. Look, I know nothing about this film. Apparently there is one before it. I didn't know that. It's based on novels. Basically what it is it is a film about a relationship between a boy and a girl. And there obviously was some form of cheating in the first one, and now they're broken up, and now we're at this point in the story where they're gonna have a merry-go-round. Now, let me know in the comments below, did you love it? Did you hate it? What are your thoughts on, let me get this right, After We Collided? Let me know in the comments below, give us a like, subscribe, and let's jump into the review. Okay, where do I start with After We Collided? Look, I didn't know anything about this film. I watched the trailer and I was like, this has got 50 Shades of Grey written all over it. It literally looked like a 50 Shades of Grey ripoff. Basically is. Now, I haven't read any of the books. I didn't even know there was books about this. Didn't even know there was the first one. But I'm going to tell you exactly how I felt watching this film. And I'm going to start off with... There is 5 official sex scenes throughout this film. Now, this is a, like, an hour and 45-minute film or something like that. And there is 5 sex scenes. Now, I don't mind if it fits the story and it flows and it feels organic. However, to me, the sex scenes feel like they are forced. They are just put there to, like, basically go, look, this is for adults. Like, it just didn't feel organic. I didn't feel it. I was just kind of like, oh, here we go, sex scene again. And these sex scenes are softcore porn. It's basically softcore porn. That's what it is. And it literally took away from the film. It took away from the film. Now, this film, the biggest problem with it is it doesn't know what it wants to be. It doesn't know what it wants to be. And I mean, I've seen fucking pornos with better storylines and shit than this. Honestly. Oh gosh, that's probably going to be memed. Anyway, but I don't think you needed those scenes in there. Now, the best thing about this film was when it was a romantic drama. That was actually, like, I was like, yes, yes, yes. There was particular moments throughout the film where I'm like, okay, it's gonna finally kick on. It's gonna ignore the sex scenes. It's gonna ignore the previous plot lines that it's just doing. And it's gonna give us actually something decent, and it's actually gonna dive in and give us more insight to these characters and give them character development. No! That's not what happens. Another sex scene comes up. The plot lines is just in circles. Girl doesn't want to be with him. Girl puts herself in a situation with him where there's a spark. They have sex. She wakes up guilty, doesn't want to do it anymore. Rinse and repeat. That's this film. No, like, there is plot lines and storylines that are there that are never, like, solved. Or they are just quick and done. Like, for instance, the main guy, he obviously has trauma, has a traumatic experience in his childhood that his father obviously had something to do with. And there is a scene where I thought, okay, here we go. We're going to see some development of this character. We're actually going to dive into his psyche and see what has happened and why he's feeling the way he is. We're going to get some development. And they didn't even dive into it. They had a little conversation, little bust up, and then it was on the phone and we didn't even hear the conversation or anything like that. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, so what happened? What actually happened? Why did this happen? How am I supposed to connect with this guy? I obviously know he's a broken person. He's mentally broken and scarred. I want to know why. I want to see him torn down and rebuilt. I don't see that. So how am I supposed to care for this character? How am I supposed to be like, dude, you know what, man, I feel so bad for you, man. I feel like you need to win. I'm not rooting for these characters. I'm not rooting for her because she's putting herself in stupid situations where she doesn't need to be. And it bugs me when they have characters that put themselves in those situations. Now, she just does it willingly, left, right, and center. And I'm like, why am I supposed to care for her? Dylan Sprouse's character. They market the shit out of his character. He's barely in the fucking... He's in the first act. The whole middle act, he is nowhere to be seen. And then he's back in the third act. And he's very wooden in this. Like, I don't know if it was the material he got, or if he just didn't care about it. But he's very wooden, creepy, and just... Are we supposed to like his character? Because I got more creepy vibes from him. I was kind of a bit like, dude, this guy's got a bit of he's a bit stalkish looking. And yeah, and then obviously, he has a relation, he obviously knows old mate, and they don't dive into their friendship and why it broke down or anything like that. I mean, there's just so many plot lines that were unsolved. Some of the performances were good at times, and others I was just kind of like a bit over the top, and it was just kind of like you're overacting here. And it's just, it's not a good film. It's not a good film, and to be honest, I was kind of getting bored. I was actually kind of bored. I was kind of just like, okay, here we go, same storyline, boom, there's the sex scene, move on, next, and again, and again, and again, and again. And then once you get your hopes up, you're like, oh my god, we're actually going to get a romantic, dramatic film with some good character development. We're going to dive into these characters, make us like them. No, that doesn't happen. So yeah, so it's not a good film. It's one of the worst films so far I've seen all year. Be bottom three. It'd be vying in the bottom three. I didn't like this film. Yeah, it's not. It's very lackluster, boring, and 50 Shades of Grey like. It is pretty similar to 50 Shades of Grey, except 50 Shades of Grey had a bit better performances, and even like 50 Shades of Grey had a bit more of a story and some at least 50 Shades had a bit of character development. This has none. I'm just like, I don't care. Like, you're not showing me what I want to see, and yeah, I think it's just forced sex scenes for no reason and no character development. Plot lines just rinse and repeat like 5 times. I mean, it's just yeah, it's just one of those films. So let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Give us a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.